Good morning. Good morning from South Dakota living. We are middle of August here, and it is another Tomato Tuesday. Today we are at taste test number 7. So I think after this week I might have a couple more weeks left before the season wraps up, and I ran out of tomatoes to share with you guys. I also want to thank some of the people in the comments that have been leaving really sweet comments and encouraging me. That means a lot to me. So if anyone's new here, my name is Jenny. I am a gardener in Zone 4B in South Dakota, and we are going to start off here with our first tomato. A lot of these tomatoes, I think the first 4 are all tomatoes by Bill Jeffers. He is a breeder out of, I want to make sure I get it right, Evansville, Indiana. And on Facebook, him and a lady that does his tomato breeding and works has a Facebook page called Rosedale Tomato Works. You should really go check that out. And a lot of his seeds you can get from Old South Seeds on Etsy, if you're wondering. So far, all of his tomatoes that I've tasted are amazing. I don't think you can go wrong with any of Bill Jeffers' tomatoes. So let's start with the first one, Rosedale. I always like to read off of the description that is given to me. It is a purplish pink skin with a deep maroon red interior, sweet and juicy. Oh, try that again. Okay, Rosedale. Let's slice into Rosedale and see what it looks like. Hopefully my knife gets through that. It is 7 a.m. here. Oh my, look at the juices come out of that. Wow. That is... Let's just keep him posted up here. Oh, these are my little flowers I have to pick every morning for my little girl. She has a little baby vase, and so she puts it with her dollies every morning, new flowers. So I thought I'd add them because these snapdragons this year are beautiful. So where do we want to cut this? Let's cut it on the side. I like to get up early in the morning to do my taste test videos because it's a lot quieter. You might hear some crickets a little bit still this morning, and things are waking up. But if I did this in the evening, the cicadas are so loud it would just be so much noise. So let's get to tasting Rosedale. So early for the salt is like all clumping because it's so humid already. It's starting to rise. So all right, breakfast of champions, Rosedale. It's so sweet, it's so juicy. The texture. This one's reminding me of Peg on My Heart that I'm in love with. Can you see that? Look how smooth the inside is. It's not mealy. The texture is just buttery. Sweet. It's juicy. It's balanced. Okay. Probably done. It's the best one. Nah. Wow. So good. Yum, yum, yum. Alright. Next is gonna be, after that, is its sister, Rosedale's sister, Rosebud. I'm not sure which one came first, actually, if it's Rosebud, then Rosedale. But that one is right here. Kind of looks pretty close, but this one looks like it's a little bit darker. What do we know about Rosebud? Sister to Rosedale, also Bill Jeffers, comes from the line of Cherokee Purple and Summer Pink. Extra large beefsteak, compact, semi-determinate, and determinate regular leaf, a dusky rose. Exterior, very much on par there, with a bright maroon interior. Okay, we're gonna leave this guy here just to see the difference. Rosebud. Yeah, I think a lot of these come kind of, the lineage has Cherokee Purple in it, but this one, yeah, this one is more of a redder interior, definitely. This one's a little bit lighter, but man, do they look close to the same. Okay, Rosebud. Maybe I need to go get new salt. I can't believe it's only been out here for maybe like 20 minutes and it's already clumping together. But the humidity here is no joke. All right, Rosebud. That one's not as sweet as Rosedale. It's savory. It's got some tang. It's got some acidity to it. Rosedale. Rosebud. Rosebud. Rosedale. Rosedale takes it home. Both great, but you can just see how meaty, red, wonderful texture. Yeah, this one just has got way more flavor, but close second. Okay, Rosedale wins there. Okay. Coffee and tomatoes. I think my stomach is gotta be made of steel at this point. Next is another Bill Jeffers, Wild Thyme Purple. No. That will, yeah, we could do Wild Thyme Purple. This one is an indeterminate beefsteak, regular leaf, dark purple, yes. Green shoulders, there's some green shoulders still left on it. You can see it just a little bit. This one is, it says a multicolored flesh, so I'm gonna make sure, we'll take a look inside. Developed from the pink Elgin line. So let's cut open Wild Thyme Purple. It's very red inside. It looks like it has that great texture from Rosedale. It's got the green seeds and goo. Sometimes you can just tell when you cut it open that the texture's gonna be great. All right, stay here. Wild Thyme Purple. Reminds me of Rosedale. And it reminds me of Cherokee Purple. that I like. So juicy, savory, a little bit of sweetness, acidity, tang. You know what I'm thinking is a lot of these tomatoes are going to be great for cracking. They're all really healthy, like disease resistant, barely any cracks on anything. Because they're so juicy, I think they'd be good for juicing, making crushed tomatoes if you're a canner, or just tomato juice. I think you'd get a ton out of these. They're great beefsteaks, great for sandwiches. You just can't go wrong with these. Great classic beefsteaks. Really, really good. Okay, my air conditioner just kicked in at 7:15, so you know it's going to be a hot one. We are going to our next Bill Jeffers variety. This one is Indian Zebra Buren strain. It could ripen a little bit more, but it's pretty soft, and I've tasted this many times. I'm not even sure if I've shared this one with you guys already, but it falls in line with Bill Jeffers, so I wanted to show it again if I haven't. This is the tomato that I am in a grow out for. If you don't know what a grow out is, you are specifically chosen for a variety. You grow it out, and then you send like the leader so many bags of so many seeds, and then at the end of the year, your seeds and everybody else that was chosen gets sent back to you, so you're able to get a whole bunch of different seeds that fall into a category. So this is the second year I've done a grow out, and it's been a lot of fun. And Indian Zebra Buren strain has just been pumping out perfect tomatoes. There's just tiny cracking there, but no, they blanch well and peel well. I want to tell you the information I have on Indian Zebra Buren strain. It was derived from the Indian stripe family, tomato family, grown for generations in Arkansas by the grower Clyde Buren. The seed was found by a lady and given to Dr. Carolyn Mail. She popularized it and distributed it, I think through maybe Victory Seeds. I might be wrong there. But Bill Jeffers also found the seeds from Clyde Buren Sr.'s freezer, and that those seeds produce larger, darker than the other seeds that were sourced by Dr. Carolyn Mail. So, Indian Zebra Buren strain. Here we go. Big, deep pockets. It's really pretty. The other ones I've had, yeah, they've gotten to a really dark purple. So just to let anyone know, they get a lot darker than this. They get, just as dark as these ones. But the bottom is really, really ripe. And like I said, I've already tasted it with you. I know what it tastes like. Or I've already tasted it, so I know what it tastes like. Indian Zebra Buren strain. It's sweet, it's savory, it's juicy. The green seeds and goo, the beautiful texture. It's great. This is a great tomato. All of his tomatoes are great. So, I'm gonna just get that nice sweetness. It finishes sweet. I like that. So if you are looking for a great classic beefsteak slicer, any of those, Rosedale, Rosebud, the Indian Zebra Buren strain, the Wild Thyme Purple, check out Old South Seeds. I think they're on a break right now, the Etsy shop. So you'll just have to, I think you can sign up for a reminder when they open again. All right, next is a really fun one. This one is Ginger Comet, bred by Sofia Sikova out of Russia. A elongated heart shape, ginger orange fruit with a purple blue antho on the shoulders, which we're getting all that. dense, meaty, tropical fruit flavor. The peach-like undertones. So I can't wait. I've been waiting to cut into this one because I don't know if it shows very well, but the undertones that you can see through the anthocyanin there, it is so orange, and it almost looks metallic, like a watercolor. So pretty. So let's cut open Ginger Comet. Ready? Wow. She is orange. It's almost neon. That's beautiful. All right. Perfect little orange wedge here. Now, let's see what it tastes like. It's mild. I wouldn't say sweet. A little bit of tough skin. Not too bad though. There's some acidity, but it's very low. There's a little sweetness, but it's up par for an orange yellow tomato. It's more of the mild. There's a tang to it, but it's not overly sweet by any means. I don't pick up peach. I don't pick up anything fruity like a watermelon or those fruity undertones, kind of like you bit into a honeydew or something like that. It's a good, beautiful tomato. I don't know. It's good. There's a very light fruity undertone. So anybody who loves the milder yellow, white, orange tomatoes, this would be up your alley. It's gorgeous. It's absolutely gorgeous. So that was Ginger Comet by Sofia Sakova. Alright, next is a funny little one. This one is called Albonian Duck Puddle. I'm growing another one that's a small, it doesn't get very tall, called Albonian hip deep. Gets to like hip size. But Albonian Duck Puddle, I didn't find too much information on it other than it's an experimental regular leaf pink beef steak. There is a Albonian series, and I think there's the Duck Puddle, Hip Deep, Mudslinger or Mudball, and possibly developed within the Tomato Works or Tomato Junction garden community. So, cute name. Let's cut into, it's very pink, like bubblegum pink. Well, that is not encouraging. We're right in the middle. But that isn't gonna stop us. We are going to cut that off to the side. Cut this side off. All right. Alright, looking at it, you know, it looks a little mealy. This side looks a little bit better. So it's kind of hard to tell because it has that very light pink, almost like something you buy from the grocery store, where it just doesn't look ripe yet, but it's time. So let's try Albonian duck puddle. And that was the only tomato that I have ripe on that plant right now to try, so let's give it a go. That one, there's some tang. There's not a lot of flavors coming through other than that tang, but it is mealy. Like, I don't care for that texture at all. So Albonian duck puddle, we'll try the other ones when they come in. But yeah, you would think just by looking at it that it wasn't ready to go yet, but definitely ripe and mealy, and probably not the best specimen to try, but the only one I had. Okay, and then we got our last one today. That is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This is the 7th one, and this one is called Jennifer's Mudpie. It was named after Jen Joy or Jen Cordial on TLC. Developed by the breeder of Tomato Eden. She named some tomatoes from the host there at TLC, which was Lauren, Jennifer, and Kina. And this is a variant from the tomato Jennifer. So it is a cross of Delta River and Calais. But green shoulders, you can see the yellow, you can see pink streaking through it. Jennifer's Mudpie, she named the Mudpie. I think she found the variant. So let's cut Jennifer's Mudpie open. I think, if I remember, it was a kind of a green one ripe. So that's really cool. Look at, there's just like this one really red veining in there. Another one starting there. But again, same thing, first tomato that I got that's ripe. So we're gonna definitely make sure we get that red veining in there to taste. All right. Jennifer's Mudpie. Here we go. Definitely green one ripe taste, tangy. Zip. Not very not sweet. Skin's a little hard. Not my favorite. Just say it about it at this point. People who like the green one ripes, I'm sure you'll really like it. But again, when I started off with those dark tomatoes, I shouldn't have done that. I should have started the other way, because the darker tomatoes is where it's at. That's what's, for me, in my opinion, that's where it's at. We are going to rank them here for you guys from best to worst. And we're just going to do Rosedale, Rosebud. Like I said, you can't go wrong with either one of these. And then it's going to be Time Purple. Then stay here. And then after that is going to be Indian Stripe. And then after that, we are going to go with Sophia Sakava's Ginger Comet. And then it will be Jennifer's Mudpie. And for sure the Albonian duck puddle, that one was no bueno, no good. Mealy, not good. So that is what we have, and today I think I am going to start probably more seed saving, obviously, from some of these, but I think I'm going to core them and start bagging them, putting kind of yellow-like tomatoes in one bag and the others in another one, because I want to make a yellow tomato sauce or crushed tomatoes. But usually I just throw everything in, while I'm processing all together, and I thought it'd be fun since how I have enough tomato product from last year's 170 some tomatoes that I had. 170, what did I have last year? I had 173 tomato plants, so you could about imagine how many tomatoes I had to use up. And I was raised to waste not and want not, and so it's very hard to not find a purpose and a use for every last drop. And I am going to try to not do that this year and try to let go a little bit, give away, even just put it in the freezer for a later date. But I have plenty of tomato sauce, and I'm trying to, and crushed tomatoes and diced tomatoes and ketchup and you name it, I got it. But I have canned some it's vegetable soup base that was my great aunt Stella's, and it's a very old recipe, so I think I might post my vegetable soup base for you guys. I know that it's not a tested recipe, but I have been canning for over 13 years, and I always follow the books, the USDA safe recipes, and I am, I feel confident that this is safe with all the tomatoes that's in it. And also the rule, kind of like my kitchen, my rules, you don't have to follow it, but I do want to show you it is a recipe that's been in my family for a long time, and it is really good. So you can catch that when I post that one. That one should be coming up. Another thing that I did was harvested all of my onions, so that will be another video that you guys can watch, because I don't just grow tomatoes, I grow it all. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Come back next Tuesday for the 8th tomato testing, and it was nice to spend my morning with you guys. Thank you.